Hey, can we talk for a second? Yeah? Okay. Let me shut the doors. I just wanted to quickly pull you over and talk to you because I'm concerned. I'm concerned about your healing, how you're healing after that last situationship, that last relationship that ended, and you're still not moved on. You're still not healed. You're still wishing you could have that relationship back. You feel healed, but in reality, you're toxic. Yeah, that's what God told me about me. And I thought I was cool as a cucumber. Like I thought I was good. I was ready for my next relationship and I was ready for marriage. But God showed me some essential pieces that were missing and that healing that needed to take place before I could step into marriage. Let's talk about healing from toxic relationships. Let's go. So one essential part of being healed is realizing that you're sick. Like, have you ever been sick or like had symptoms of a cold or like symptoms of a sickness, but you didn't know how sick you were until you went to the doctor? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I came out of a 5-year relationship. I spent 5 years of my life thinking that me and this guy were going to get married, and I was like so into him. Like, I don't know why I was so into this dude, but I was so into him, and he just didn't feel the same way about me. It was just what the timing was not right. He wasn't ready. And that's another thing. If a female or male, if they are not ready and they're telling you they're not ready, believe them. Okay. Like don't push the relationship. It's so important to seek God in your love life, in your relationships in general, because you want him to be the center of those relationships. It's essential. So how to identify if this is you? Like, you might be saying, Lorraine, like, I'm so over him, I'm so over her, I'm so over that person, I'm so over those group of people. But when their name is called, you get this feeling inside, like, when you're so ready for the next relationship, like, this time I'm gonna find the right person because that person was so wrong for me. Like, they were the problem. Not ready. And it might even be, I'm going to go even broader than this. I'm going to be 100% transparent and say that I encourage you to heal if you are struggling with any kind of addiction, if you're struggling with lust, if you're struggling with watching the P word, if you're struggling with the M word and the P word and all of that. Check out my previous video. But also, you need healing before jumping into a new relationship. These are things that will sabotage your relationship if you do not allow God to heal you first. So quick story time. How I realized, how the Lord showed me that I was not healed. Because like I said, I thought I was healed. I was so ready to move on from that. I'm like, man, I just wasted 5 years of my life thinking this dude was going to marry me, thinking we were going to live happily ever after. And like, he just ghosted me. Like, are you serious? I honestly was so bitter and I didn't realize it. Like, I had a hatred toward toward men, because this is not my first relationship that went south. Like, it's always a man. And these were, I'm a believer. So, I strive to be equally yoked. These are so-called who I thought were believers also following in Christ. But we all do fall short of the glory of God. So, but the relationships that I were in, it was always like, oh, this person cheated. This person is looking at the P word. He doesn't really love me. This person is doing this. This person is doing that. Like, can I just have a man that's legit? Like, that's not doing these things on the side. That's not looking at other women on the side. And so when I was finally, when that whole 5-year saga wrapped up, I honestly hated men in the beginning. Like, I feel like no man is legit. They're all the same. And that simply says, like, that mentality is not healthy. That is a toxic mentality, and it's not true. There are truly godly men, but you have to be healed and ready for the one that God sends to you. We're going to focus on making sure that we're ready to be the husband or be the godly wife that we are looking for. We're looking for this godly spouse. We want the spouse that prays for us, that reads the Bible with us, that cuddles with us, that loves us like Christ loves the church. But in reality, like, are you that though? Like, are you ready to be that? Marriage and just the next relationship takes a lot of work, takes a lot of commitment, and it takes a lot of Christ. Okay, like being 100. So how God showed me, I was knocked out asleep and I had a dream. And in that dream, I looked in the mirror. I looked at myself and I had sores all over my body. Like, I was covered in sores. I was out that night. I think at the dream, like I was going to church and I was smiling and I was happy and I was like, oh, hi so-and-so, how you doing? Good. And then I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I had sores all over my body, all over my face, all over, like I was covered in sores. And I woke up from that dream and the Lord spoke to me and he told me that you're not healed. Let me heal you, he said. Let me heal you. And in that moment, it dawned on me. Because like I said, I was ready to move on to the next, person. Like, okay, that's over. The lesson learned. I'm looking for my husband. Like, send on the next person. I think I even started like looking online for like new guys, new Christian single guys. But the Lord showed me, hey, you are not ready for marriage. You are not ready for the next relationship because you are toxic. You are not healed. Let me heal you. So it's so important. It's so essential on becoming and letting God heal you before you move on to your next relationship. We can talk about this more in another video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more about how to be healed or how that process works. I want to encourage you in this video to really evaluate yourself before moving on to the next relationship, before seeking your next partner or your next best friend or whatever. If it ended in a toxic way or not, it may have not ended negatively, but it ended. And were you ready for that? And if your answer was no, and you have roots of unforgiveness, roots of bitterness, when you hear that person's name, it does something inside of you, like in your stomach, and you just feel uneasy. If you have just come out of a relationship and you're ready to start looking for the next person, those are all signs that you're not healed and you need the Lord to heal you. So I want to encourage you to just ask God, ask Jesus, Lord, am I healed from this? And if not, heal me from this. That's all for this video. Again, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video, and we can talk about this a little more on how to be healed after a toxic relationship.